go up in the air, but you come down in the pit. And we saw, I think, Hwei executed this really well against Top Esports and Jaculov. And yeah, just take something else that Elk has to get out of with Featherstorm. And it sets up, like, we're already looking at, you have to deal with Ornar, J4R, Annie, stuns that are sometimes hard to react to. Like, those are already 3 things. Now, a 4th thing locked in that you have to R. You also have Nico E2. So, like, yeah, Xayah can have a nice fight, but you're out-interacted by so many things that if they're split up by IG, and you can split up the Featherstorm, there's not a lot of CC in this comp, and I feel like if you can navigate that, like, attacking the Xayah is pretty easy for IG. So I don't agree with the Xayah Rakan for BLG to round out this draft. I think it makes a really tough game for them, because I just don't see enough CC to set up for the Rumble, so I think it's really important that they brute force this game early, win their lanes, and push from there, because they are showing a ton of priority, so there is a real chance for BLG to blitz the game, but if they don't blitz the game, I think it's hard for them to win.
What's fun, though, about these 2 drafts next to each other, Cubby, going back again to the fact that, yes, we are 9 and 10 series deep, respectively, for IG and BLG, but the last time they faced off was all the way back to that playoff series, and what was the difference back then for me? BLG playing that aggressive, proactive, Jayo's back loud and ready for our squads as well. Yeah. That's what we want to hear. You know, the stadium might be behind. They are looking to punish Shadow early on here to slow down BLG's tempo. Knockup going to land. Shadow's going to flash away from everybody else. The rookie follows with the stun. He throws up the E, but it drops very quickly. Shadow should fall. Pushes out a ton of damage. Knight can't find the trade kill. He flashes forward. He's going to get it with one last auto to knock down Rookie, but now he's used everything to fall way too far forward without the flag and drag knockup, though. IG can't punish the flashless Aurora.
Yeah, Rookie no flash.
Nope.
Oh, goodbye.
And between worlds into the stun. That is just so tasty to see come across, and Shadow's going to walk away with a 1 HP. Wei has flash, though. Yeah, so I think Wei doesn't want to burn the flash, right? He is going to trade Shadow out here, though.
Kills, but a 2-0 Aurora is something that BLG can hopefully build. Spellbook TP comes out. Very common and standard now that Spellbook, you just pick up TP around this time so you can play grubs. Shadow's going to get one.
To a pretty big wraparound. Knight does not have Between Worlds back up. Wade's going to have to flash over the first knockup as Rookie stuns Knight up to hold him in place. I love that route, though, from On to get a critical summoner out there. But they do have Elk resetting now.
Yeah, they can't do it. I love this from IG. Like, yes, that trade in Nagala, it was bad for him, but the timing of it. He was able to reset, so because he doesn't go down, he gets better conditions. Yes, he loses out a little bit, but the timing of it, he comes back. Elk has to respond to that reset, and it's while the grubs are up and spawn. So winning lanes, winning jungle, you know?
Yeah, well, hold on. I can't even bring up my point here. Gala is going to have to burn heal and the spell shield, but they're going to drop the Cataclysm on top of Elk, who does have the Featherstorm. He's going to hang on to it and use the Blade Caller to get rid of Wei, who is just not expecting Shadow to be hovering towards this top side.
Yeah, Wei missed the EQ out. Again, I like the play. You want to attack Xayah with the Cataclysm. You can see how you're still stuck in the terrain there.
Oh no, Mako! That... Oh, here we go. Another Grand Starfall play. This time it's on to Gala. The stun lands. The Blade Caller doesn't get the pull back, and all gets a kill. It's the piercing spear of Shadow to find the trade. But a trade still for Gala.
Yeah, it's a trade up, though. You remove Sivir from the map, and we're attacking Sivir with no condition. For BLG. Elk has to be careful, though. He's still no flash, no Featherstorm. I think he's dead.
Yeah, especially with that Cled's already coming out here.
On base early.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a sloppy game one from both of our squads here. A couple mispositioned. The Summoner Bear is what you're definitely going to be leaning on a lot for IG, unless they can find some critical kills here through for Rookie. So right now,
like that is, you know, you're not wrong, but also you're playing Annie in the mostly squishies. We got pause though, yeah, Drake take.
Summoner Bear, yeah, and Shadow's wrangled hold of this dragon. The Pop Blossom, though, is going to grab 3, but it's too late because they've already lost Rookie, and then they see Mako fall next, and Gala's all alone, desperately trying to run away with the Ghost, and the ult will not save him from Knight's triple kill rampage.
So, I'm in the camp where for IG, again, we set up this comp for BLG. They needed to really play the early game, get a lead, and drive it home, because as the game goes on, Orange Sivir can get scary. And I don't know if they have the CC to like set up and guarantee big rumble.
Get out of the sides, you want to be proactive in making plays. Kind of like On and Shadow are doing right now. This is just an alley-oop dunk down from Shadow. Love how they use the ultimates together to make sure Gala had no shot.
Yeah, I mean, no summoners on Gala. You can only spell shield one thing, so Sivir is vulnerable. This is part of why we were talking about the Ezreal, right, in draft or the Jhin, because you could play further away from stuff like this, but Sivir, you got to play into it when your conditions are not as good. It can get hard. So we're going to see...
Annie has only a Malignant. You're getting like a Phantom Dancer or Flicker Blades out of Gala. There's no damage in this Sivir until the IE comes through. It's such a like catch-22 scenario, and now you've got Bin even beating on the Shy here.
This is okay.
These 2 tank items.
So, like, why this is okay is that they're going to play for the Shy's TP on Otacon, and now you have ult advantage if you're IG. But you got to know this is going on, because the Shy's got to complete the base and TP in. If it's just gone before that, then okay. This, the second Dragon contest from IG is, I guess, just game losing.
But that's the thing,
again,
Gubby.
Yeah, the game was good, and then they hit the second Drake, and now this game is just super doomed.
But that's the thing. If you're IG and you want to be getting over the hump of going out of the loser's bracket right at the end, get over the hump of solidifying yourself as a Worlds team for the LPL, you have to be able to beat opponents that will only allow you to make one little mistake like this. Now you can see IG, they're trying to dive Bin with no wave. They're going to get the anti-stun into the pop loss, so Bin is living forever, so that when Knight comes around, he forces double flashes out immediately. He hasn't found any of these kills yet, but the way he's going, yeah, 3 flashes out. Now Rookie is caught trying to find a stun back on Knight. They're sending everybody after Knight. How many of these kills can he come up? He flashes forward to get the first one. Drops into the invis. Can't land any more of these snares, though, and Gala should be able to finally clean up. And 1,000 gold shutdown.
Okay. Honestly, I was a bit questioning when I saw Gala playing behind the turret, but 1,000 gold shutdown on the Gala, like, who really cares about... Let's see what's up. Rookie's holding that side.
Dropping him
the
midway
Shy.
and top way for this.
Yeah.
They're walking their way in a bit late. There's the Grand Starfall. Shadow just going to try and steal it. No, he's going for the backline. He wants to go after Gala, who immediately drops his spell shield. Now he's going to go back into the pit. Not going to be able to steal it. Wade does secure the Dragon. Shadow has to flash back out. Equalizer not going to hold anyone at bay. Timbers comes down as well from Rookie.
Play out.
Gets a good amount of damage down onto On. But Shy, he feels that killer instinct in him. He flashes right after Bin. Forces a flash from Bin himself.
Able to actually play this objective first. That said, it only matters so much, and we have IG hunting.
Oh boy, we're doing this again. Yep.
This is huge. I love this. Okay.
Between worlds through first. They're covering the dash. Yeah, Knight is just cooked here. There's no way out. A rare side lane catch onto the golden left hand of BLG, and IG are once again prying that door back open, and they're hunting for more here. Send their pearly whites onto the Baron.
And look, we said that this Dragon doesn't really matter for BLG. Like, Ocean just has no impact on the game. I love this from IG. They're going to insta-force out Elgar.
There's the Feather Storm, and yeah, immediately gets his flash out, still gets knocked up. Bin's desperately racing to try and cover for his AD that's now lost all of his key summoners. And Mako knows it, goes in for the Pop Blossom, does finally get towards Elk. Down goes the Xayah. Gall is able to flash himself back out, but Bin gets so much damage out of this Rumble. Instantly finds himself a triple kill, and just as quickly as the play started, it disintegrates.
Man, that setup onto Elk was so good, but they forgot about Bin and the top side. His Rumble is so farmed, and he just barbecued IG. Pretty much solo forced Gala out of that fight, by the way, as he dings 18. And is the difference maker for BLG in that one, as they might secure the Baron now.
What a save for Bin. Everything was starting to go wrong. Knight gets picked off. Elk out of position, then gets punished. But it's Giga Bin on his Rumble that comes dashing in like a stallion to save this one. And now the uncontested Baron's going to come across here. This gold lead is going to explode.
Bin's getting Drake
through
too. What happens with Drake? Because Bin's on it right now. Okay, he can't finish it. It's leashed for IG. So it's sole point for IG. They're going to TP back.
Is it, Guppy? Here comes...
No, IG should get
it. Okay.
Yeah, IG's going to get it. IG's going to get it.
They do get the Shy's TP out for that, though.
Yeah, the Shy should not have TP'd for that. They're going to get... I mean, this turret... And it's something that intentionally Ben has really talked about, how he wants to be... Or he wanted to be better at this champ. And yeah, now, I mean, his Rumble has to be feared.
I would say best Rumble in the league.
It's up there. There are a lot of good Rumbles in this league, but it for sure has to be talked about now as being up there. And well, yeah, there's a real conversation for number one too. So That's a good shout. That said, even with the Baron, it's really tough to break a Sivir. And Gala doing his best to wave clear as that equalizer.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, that's got a lot of good damage. It's mainly trying to get the wave back up, but again, On gets popped way too quickly, and the Horn's coming out from the Shies. They look to chase down the Scatter members. Watch Knight to the top of your screen. His Shadow is going to drop, but Knight, he can't find a way in. The GA's pop for Shadow. Good stasis from Bin, but he's just going to get jumped on, collapsed inside the Cataclysm. The hero of last fight for BLG is limping on out, flashing and dashing to saving himself. Bin gets out. But BLG can't turn back on IG, the only kill to find once again.
That's not a great start.
Yeah, Ornhorn down. Now you're really relying on Tibbers. But Elk has Featherstorm, Cleanse, and Flash. And now BLG are looking to pounce here with Shadow, cutting off escape angles into a pop loss of the Gala and Rookie Bull on the Flash out. Featherstorm comes across from Elk just to zone Rookie and Gala, and that means the Shy has to pay the Pied Piper. The front line down for IG. No Baron, no problem for Bilibili as they go after the base once more.
Okay, 5v4, they're going to take the Dragon on exit. At least mid inhibitor falls. What else can they get? As the Shy, I mean, I get trying to play to milk Elk summoners, but that was a little bit bold. Elk just kind of strolled his way casually out of that one. And then created a really good scenario for BLG. I like the take from Shadow. It really split him off. His Gala, great reaction.
Has an amazing reaction time to cleanse that stun. So it does take some of the bite out of Shadow for right now. Over by BLG to allow Invictus back into this.
Sometimes it's just the little things, guys. All BLG was playing in the top side towards Baron. Bin takes a pretty aggressive recall that Rookie is able to sniff out as he's trying to lie in wait on the Annie. And that's a really big pickup as IG, Gala still no flash, but on whips.
Out Bin, and Pop Blossom turn from Mako, gets Knight, he has to flash back out. Redemption's drop on both sides of Shadow, stuns up the Shy, and there's more than enough damage for this Elk Zaya to push through it, but he gets caught in the Cataclysm and executed by Rookie, and down falls Shadow towards the backside. Knight and all the only ones to live, and that should secure the Baron for Invictus Gaming.
And because of the double TPs to actually get in and try and contest this, that means that they can't threaten the base. So this is just a free take for IG. They can use the Baron duration to play base defense, get all this farm on the Sivir now. And
what's really so hard to grasp is how well this comp has countered what Knight wants to do. This Aurora was so far ahead, but it feels impossible to get Knight in a position to drop all that damage. And now he's getting hunted down by Mako. Catches him on the edge of the Pop Blossom. Between worlds has to be used defensively. Knight buying time for BLG as they do sneak out with the Baron on the back side of it. IG make the mistake of chasing down the golden left hand, and they gifted a lifeline. But Wei wants to go after Elk. Trades flash for flash with him. Elk still has the GA. Polished off. Horn going down. Knockup's going to land. Knight, Shy's going to go under the turret. It just deletes Elk's health bar. He goes into the GA. Shadow, though, coming on the back line with a big hero's entrance of his own. Going to get the GA out of the way. Now Elk can try and turn and burn through the Shy, whose health bar is his best friend. Look at Rookie hold on to the rest of BLG at bay with a huge stun. And now it's Gala's turn to turn into a real-life buzzsaw. And the only thing in front of him is BLG and Elk. Down falls BLG's AD. Knight can only scramble back. The comeback completed. Invictus Gaming are going up 1-0.
There was no chance after Ocean Soul was secured. The heavy damage comp from BLG, it ran out of fuel, and Gala ran them over in the late game.
What a statement for IG. 3-10 against the top three. Now positioned in comeback fashion to bring that record closer.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the scoreboard,
I'm more so talking about the
That's my only concern. But yeah, like Mbessa does a lot of damage, so it's like 50-50 for me. This would be interesting. Could really play to reset fights. I don't think it's gonna be this though.
Relax, guys. We have the best bards at home in NA. All right, relax.
Okay, Mako. What do we? Oh, okay.
All right. R5 bard.
Right.
You want playmaking?
Do.
There you go.
I mean, a lot of creativity. I think that the BLG fight, it's pretty straightforward what they want to do, right? It's we're going to fire our R's at Yunara. Can you guys play defense, and are we able to execute beforehand? Bard can throw a wrench on that, unlike any other champion in League of Legends, if we're being honest. So let's see what Mako is able to do. As I do think, I'm really curious to see how they play this out. There's always, what I like to talk about with Stasis, or like Lamb's Respite, is control afterwards. what I like about Bard a lot for IG is I think the ability to control a fight afterwards is very real. Like, the ability to have Shockwave be frame perfect coming out of that is kind of difficult. The ability to have a Galio taunt or a Wukong.
Here we are on the Rift, and we'll get to trivia after our proverbial Jayos. All right.
We saw the mounts moving.
Ready. No, they were. I could feel they were loud. All right, flash for flash. Taunt's gonna land. Does Way want to go under turret range? Yes, he does. With one more bap of the staff, he should have it. And that's a nice flash out from Way, who's got revenge on the mind.
Calculated from IG. Oh, Mako!
That was disgusting. He does die, but yeah, that's worth. We're typing worth it all, chat. At the same time,
I don't think it's the same curve as last game. Anyway, it's Grub's being started.
It's not. Yeah, Grub's being taken here for Shadow, but he's gonna have to be a bit wary. He's gonna smite one, back on off. Both junglers have their ultimates online. Now their supports do. Shadow gonna go back in with the support of the bottom lane. There's no shockwave for Knight, and Gall is starting to hunt him down. Mako wants to go after him, gets a flash for flash trade. Mako's Bard, and not disappointing in these early bouts.
I like IG throwing their weight around there. I really like what Mako's doing. He's doing his best so far to just be a pest. That Shadow's at. I do think that's a positive.
Sidestep one for the Shy. No ultimate needed on this Zambesi. Still in the 1 versus 2. Gotta choose to run or try and kill off Bin. Good flash. Shadow's gonna follow, get the Vault Breaker. And knock down the Shy, who tries to chase down Bin, but nearly had that classic Shy outplay. Still a kill picked up for Shadow.
I will say, like, even with that, I think that's just the Drake, because he gets the TP back. Shadow just burned his R. He has to base. It could even be the Ambessa, too. Bin has flash, might have to use it.
Oh, they're turning off the turret. Cyclone up, Bin. Are you going to hold that flash any longer? He's going to get stunned against the wall. He doesn't even use it, and Way makes him pay.
All right, Mako knew. I thought that armor
later phase, but for now, I do want to talk about items a little bit. Jungle, Way does get the 24 stun compared to that Sundered Sky, but the Eclipse first item, Power Spike is huge. The Youmu's right now for Elk. Those are the items the BLG need to kind of index into to try and take over this mid game.
And Elk, I think that, like, one of the things, obviously the Poke Ferris, it falls off as the game goes on, but not if you always hit the right targets, you know? It's just going to be really important those Qs are going onto Yunara or looking for Gallo. Just get a flash from there on out. Not able to buy the space. That play on the bot side.
First knockup lands, Polar Execution used by Bin to just create some space. Away does land the next knockup. It's a Cyclone down, has to flash, but the knockups are starting to layer. Bin is out. Back-to-back pick plays on opposite sides of the maps between our two teams.
And I think for IG, Way is big. 2-0-1 on the Monkey. We've seen what this champ can do.
In a bit of trouble here. Chains of Corruption not available, and that's to make sure no Summers get forced out. TP coming across from Knight. They're trying to wrap on the Way into the Shy, who do not have their ultimates. There's no Shockwave. There's only the cease and desist. Big double slay on the unstoppable onslaught. Way gets stunned up, but the Shy still finds the first kill. And now he's out of mana, and his double buffs on Knight should be able to clean this thing up and give the edge towards BLG. I know! All right, but holy moly, back mid, Gala kills off Elk. Just like that, we're fighting all over the map.
You know what? It was almost worth it for the Shy. That flash is sadly, you know, it is part of the fun of the Shy that Brilliance are going to get a replay. Great setup from Mako. The Tempered Fate misses, but it looked like that was enough to enable them being able to run down Elk, who was alone mid. And Mako was able to find a setup. So, like, honestly, I know there was some chaos there, but let's look at where the economy went for both of our teams. We removed Varus from the map, got economy into Yunara. Oh, first brick secured. That's at the cost of Bard, but that means feats for IG. Honestly, I think that's okay. It's probably wasn't able to help out much there. He had no ult from the top blade. We'll give on a little bit of the pass. Elkanon too far up, though, not respecting. They were down tools, and they get punished.
First arrow going down. Knight trying to knock down this first tier 1 turret. On looking for a turn after it falls. The Shy tanky, but how tanky is he this early on? Well, we're about to find out. Chains of Corruption. Roots of Men. The Sun's landing. Damage coming. The Shy down.
Bin TP'd mid to get out of this dive that was coming in, so we're going to have a trade a little bit cross map. Outer for outer. Play continues on the inner. We'll see if Shadow decides to drop the Herald.
Gala has to be careful. Yeah, he can't cover this turret on his own. He needs help. He needs Mako to roam over here. Tempered Fate is available if he wants to turn this turret off. They're TPing in. They're trying to get rid of the minion wave. Good stun lands on the Shadow, but there's the shockwave onto Gala. The piercing arrow nearly finds the kill onto Gala, but he's able to survive.
Here at 20 HP from our producer. Significant way walking.
Way walk through all vision. Ooh, the public execution though was
really
just a bit too short, and the Cyclone gets him out. Where is my support going? Oh, we missed. Okay,
no,
well he's
that's
out.
Okay.
He's out.
I think if he hits, he dies. It's
probably.
I think that's. I think Shadow just probably should have saved the top side because now this Herald.
We're gonna fight after. Too late. I don't think BLG are in a good spot to take it unless his mid flank becomes big. Piercing arrow sets up the smite. Good patience there from Wei to make sure he doesn't get it stolen. Shy eats the Chains of Corruption. There goes Wei in with the Cyclone, but the Tempered Fate! It buffered the first bout of it. The Shy goes down. Heroes are just coming into the backline as well. Rookie trying to split up this fight as Gala is down and taken out by Bin. And now Rookie and Wei, they're up Creek with no paddle left. There's nowhere for Rookie to run. Flashes, does pick a big dash out, but he's the only one to survive this entire play. And survive is in quotation marks because he's got nowhere to go. This is going to be BLG acing IG all for that Infernal Drake.
Well, speaking of throwbacks to last game, second Drake threw us a couple problems if you're an IG fan. That was an extremely split fight that was fully taken advantage of on each side of the fight by BLG.
I don't know
they didn't see it yet, though. They haven't seen it. Okay, they see it now.
Chunks out Rookie. Elk gets back out away from that aggro. On is in front of 3 members IG. Trying to stop Wave from going in for the Smite Steal. Good buffer there from On. They are going to trade Shadow out as Gala transcends into the new form of this Yunara. On's going to dodge out on the Tempered Fate, but should fall as another stun lands. Got to give all this gold over to Gala to get him as accelerated as possible, and they will. Gala gets a double kill at the price of Otacon for Bilibili.
Okay. That's, this might be interesting as the game spawns. I will say not a lot of petals picked up there for BLG. 27's, like, not even really worth half a level yet.
You got it in you, Elk? You got it in you? Nope.
Good attempt. Another Ocean Dragon, which will very much help against the Poke Varus.
Dance with death there. That's Chains of Corruption down for Elk.
On? You cannot walk here.
On again is just not allowed to be in this position. But IG see a teleport coming from behind and Shadow on the flank. Gala is going to pop the Transcendence and try to chase Shadow down. Good Cyclone knock him. Shadow's flash does not get over the red buff wall. Gala has the first kill. But the Shy has found himself in treacherous territory as well. He's not tanky enough to survive the 4-man brigade of BLG. Jungler for top laner.
Bin is level 17. My lord, he just made that Scion look like paper. As, to be fair, Yunara did the same to Shadow. No Smite means no Baron start, so IG survive with a trade of kills, and I guess more gold on their AD, so that's okay.
Oh, Shockwave. Knight wants more pages in his book, and he's going to find him. 20 stacks, Medjai's Orianna at 30 minutes.
Now the losing team's jungler is dead, and I think that's Baron.
Oh. On a ward. IG knows it's happening, but I just look at the waves. It's so hard for them to ever walk up near here. Mako, do you have Smite in your Unsealed Spellbook? I mean, yeah, no. This is Baron to BLG. Value of picking off a jungler.
I really liked how IG was playing from behind.
They're putting Gala into tough positions. He's assist and the public exclusion land, but this time the Tempered Fate holds them. Hero's entrance there to try and get the Ton. They need to get Gala out very quickly, but they've knocked up Bin. Popped his GAs. Bin does eliminate the Bard off to the side. Resurrecting is Shadow, and Gala has a 1v1 ding with Bin as he runs away scared, and that means that Rookie is caught with the rest of BLG. Great play from Mako, but it can't save Invictus Gaming.
You know, I gotta say that Tempered Fate, I think it bought time for the rest of BLG to get in position to actually play that fight out. So I get, you know, wanting to stop the Vi Ambessa right there, but that might be one where you just throw a Bard Q and go from there. Because, man, the rest of that fight was so split for IG. Well played by BLG. But I think the way that IG tried to play to get the Yunara out that time around actually bought time for BLG to get in position. Overall, have a good fight for them. So that's going to be a lot of gold going over to BLG, who do have Baron on their shoulders and can knock down these standing objectives like that bot inner turret.
And most importantly, Gala without Cleanse and Flash. Whatever fight comes next here. Still a Flash on. You have it on Knight as well. I don't see a world where Gala can really survive if BLG have their way.
The Shy might be in trouble, actually.
He's just
quite squishy.
Yeah.
Okay. He eats some ults.
All right,
I will say,
turret down as well.
If I'm IG right now, I guess the Shy can't really chase that much. Yeah, if you consider you're chasing for
whoa, rookie. Here comes Rookie. He's going after Elk, who has no idea the goal is coming after him, but Yunara does get picked off. Bin finds the magical connection on the public execution and just extinguished the flames of comeback for IG once more. Wei doesn't even get on top of Elk. BLG are going to even up our series 1 apiece through methodical team fighting.
Yeah, this comp, I guess it just didn't have the damage. Yunara, we talked about the threat that she was going to be under. I don't think this Bard was enough. And we saw Mako really play the Bard out nicely in the earlier stages, but come the fight, he couldn't stop the combo from going down, couldn't stop the Beyblades, couldn't stop the shockwaves too. As BLG going to clean this up, take us 3.
Victus Gaming stacked all their chips in the Gala basket. And the roulette spin came up. Bilibili Gaming Blue this time around. We are going to game 3 between 2 of our top squads in Group Ascent.
Yeah, I love the draft. Okay, that's where we're at, the Shy. That's where, I mean, I got to be honest. I don't love Jax Cassante this game. I really don't. I think that's usually the 2 best traditional answers in a Renekton Sejuani. So I'm down for something weird or different. Because again, Jax Cassante just gets feasted upon by a Cassiopeia. Nari have a way to play out of it. Okay, it's a really short range game. I do like BLG's draft a lot. I think BLG got themselves a lot of things they want.
Still would have liked Elk Ezreal a bit more, but...
Yeah, I don't think IG has enough damage. Like, it's got to come from the Kai'Sa just shredding this front line. But for me, Cassio throws such a wrench into that plan if it goes late. So I want to see if IG can accelerate this game into the Cassio. I think it's really important that you put Knight behind. Because Cassio, for me, is just the real game breaker. Like, she's like too tanky for Kai'Sa to one-shot, and then she can actually fight Kai'Sa if you land your abilities. You get to interact really well with everything in this game. So I think the Shy's will be under a lot of pressure, has to survive early. I'm curious to see what kind of setups we see mid, because I expect the Ryze Poppy to try and attack this Cassio and set it behind. And then bot, I do think the Corki actually...
Game 5, and it started off with a very unfortunate level 1 for Mako. Oh, wow.
Maybe he just walks out.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's cap. Yeah, that normally happens. I guess the level 1 is trash for BLGs. Well, except for Nautilus, but whatever.
I'm kind of with you. Wasn't there? That said, it does get... I was setting it up, but Shadow's broken it, because that's enough to actually get the Drake early on, just given Gala lost Flash. So I like the adaptation from him. I think it's a good, very good call from BLG. And for me, Wei had the timer to think or do this when he took the blue buff, but didn't. And that's going to be interesting to look, interesting one to look at looking back, because I don't know if that's worth it or not. I really am not sold.
Love to see how quickly IG can pounce behind Wei. Yeah, maybe that's why you see the aggressive trading coming from the Shy. He commits that ultimate, try and trade with it Bin so you get the wave up. And yeah, that's going to be all 3 grubs secured and onto the right team. But here's the trade-off. Shadow's going to go for the dive on the flashless Kai'Sa. And Gala, I mean, this is just 80 carry life. There's no way to outplay this. He nearly, I actually will shut me up very quickly. And he gets the kill on. And that's all you can really ask for in that scenario if you're Gala. And now we have the junglers dancing around the dragon here.
Shy's walking back top. Bin's there. Neither have TPs. 4v4. Mako.
Oh, he flashes over the dredge line to grab Shadow. Miasma's going to come down here. Knight got hit against the wall. Mako's going to survive here. Knight is starting to churn out these poison fangs, and the Realm Orb is the only thing that's going to save Rookie.
I mean, Knight already too tanky. I will say the depth charge from On was really good there because it disrupted the Kai'Sa, so Gala couldn't Killer Instinct to follow through on the Knight because everything went onto the Cassiopeia. But in the end, a disjointed fight. Mako going for that flank. I think he had the flash. Struggle with every single second dragon that spawned in this game, or this series. I think they played all 3 poorly. The Shy's dead here. This angle's too good. He's got no flash.
He's going to try and hop a little bit away to try and draw BLG away from that Rift Herald and buy time. Just soaking up as much attention, but he does go down. It does get Wei that Herald, though. IG are going to try and run back out. Is on, looks to find a dredge line. Elk is very strong with the Trinity Force already completed. Pretty far ahead. Valkyrie's over as the exhaust, and the Glacial Prison will lock up Way. Elk picks up a second kill. BLG make that Rift Herald come at a cost.
Shadow flashed to secure that, and the race is on for first brick. This needs to be secured for IG to prevent feats. Meanwhile, Gala under siege mid. This is a 4v2. This is very dangerous against Cassio. She's so tanky that they can play this. Oh, Bin won it. That's feats.
Yeah.
That's huge for BLG.
Look how much of the map they're going to open up here as well. He should be able to pick up his mid-tier 1 turret. I don't think Gala can really step up and deny this. He gets way too close to another dredge line.
See, like, full AP Nunu just, you know, nuking him.
Did you say Boba Fett? You mean, are we switching up our
Jango
Fets here?
Yeah, Jango Fett. Yeah. Okay.
All right, hold on.
I tried to be a real one.
You're looking about as dizzy with your Fets as Spin is trying to figure out what this dive is from IG. But hey, with Kaisa coming in, they've got enough sauce, and down goes Bin.
It's
pick up a turret as well.
Yeah. That's the question. 3 grubs secured for IG, so BLG can't punish this quite as hard.
I do like it a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it ends up being a great play for IG in the end. Wow, okay. Inners, gold funneled onto Gala. I think that's worth whatever BLG gets back, quite frankly. Maybe they can fight this next dragon. That's a nice gold injection. They're only down 1k gold after that, or 1.5k. I think the Cassio's 1v9s this fight. Because I don't I think you just have to take her out with Poppy R too. I don't think you actually have the damage to kill her.
That's again,
it's so much tankiness to get through.
There's so much against IG that Keeper's Verdict can really just silence. But Gala is completely out of position.
What?
Gala,
why? Oh my. Okay. Well, that's disappointing.
Hey, do you think they can still fight Dragon or what?
Nope.
Nope. Oh man, we've really seen the.
That int hurt me the most on the inside today. That, because I actually think that like IG just took a couple of really good steps to give themselves.
All right, get Kaisa in position.
They've got great vision. I mean, this is secured.
All right.
Now, can they exit? They can roll more out and get cute with this, by the way.
I don't even think they're gonna have to. I think
okay, that's a good call.
On Onacon. Does Mako pay the price? Is the only one that walks around? Yes, he absolutely does, as he gets nabbed out of mid-air by a big boy anchor coming from On, and he's going to take the kill for himself as he earned it. Mid tier 2 also going to go down, so BLG.
10, and the real monster might be Bin in the brush.
He's hiding and waiting like his own swamp. You walk too close towards the marsh. Way's going to get stunned up. Shadow getting heralded as he gets flashed on and thrown into the wall. Good play there by Way. The Shy goes over top to stun up Knight as well. Mako's going to get traded. That's all IG's really to stay in control and deal with the golden left hand of BLG. Gala going to start up the Dragon, but I don't think they have time to try and burn through it. They're going to have to look for a turn at some point because Bin is looking for a pretty big flank on the backside here. Doesn't have dominance yet just yet. There's the Keeper's Verdict. Going to knock out Shadow, secure the Dragon. There's that clutch popule we needed to see from IG and Way. It's going to stall out the game a bit longer for him.
Bin's not going to reveal his position. BLG can try and rush to the Baron to at least draw IG in. Keeper's Verdict is the only big cooldown that was burned, as IG won out on the setup during the replay. Redemption was used to scout. I like that from IG. I think that they can just play mid now, but fight.
Oh, but Way walks into a dredge line, Glacial Prison combination, and they're allowing Knight to stack up these Twin Fangs. Bin held off to the side by the Dowers, but Elk gets the kill with the Rocket. Rookie gonna have to flash out to create space. Gala holding on to that killer instinct, doesn't find any angle to go back in. He's starting to lose out on his front line. Mako gonna get heralded down. Dredge line not gonna land, but it's not gonna matter. The Shy goes in for a huge Narbar, but where's the rest of the damage? There's nobody left. Gala can't get close enough. Rookie can't either. The Shy's heroics fall flat as the Petrifying Gaze does not stop the Realm Warp, but BLG keep all 5 members up.
I mean, Gala just can't go into the fight. And the fight, it gets picked apart because of how big this Cassio is, the YYs, the Leandries, the ability to just, you know, take away the health, and then the conditions being bad for IG. Kaisa can't enter. I think BLG holding onto a lot of cooldowns to make it hard for Kaisa to enter. God, Gala walking in there. That's
Shadow's
scary.
So low. Shadow's very, very low.
They fight
after. The Baron. They got to get out here. Gala's going to start picking them apart. Rookie doing a really good job kind of fronting the rest of the BLG, chasing him down. They're going to Killer Instinct forward onto Bin. Should be able to take away one of these Barons, and they will as they trade Rookie back out. BLG's health bars are too hurt to really look for trapped in by this very Bilibili game team as the Glacial Prison fadeaway shot finds its mark onto Way. Beautiful use of that ultimate coming out from Shadow, and that's going to continue the siege forward as they look to knock down inhibitor turrets.
Look at how far up Knight can play. Again, Rookie can trade to find those empowered rune prisons, but he's trading down in health. And IG can't find the fight afterwards. I think they're teasing around a little bit. They're maybe trying to see if BLG would look. The Shy can force out Bin, but if he pops Mega, he can't win that 1v1. They will deter this Mega. He's going to have to wait a pretty long time to charge it up again, but we'll say BLG kind of losing out of the war of attrition. So the no depth charge definitely hurting them. And yeah, that's another Ocean. They're just going to give over. That's I'd say a big positive for IG.
Oh, they're going to look for the file in the back end. Bin does teleport with the Dominus. Here's Keeper's Verdict from Way. Can he get close enough to knock anybody out? No! It falls flat. And you don't like this fight if you're IG. 5 versus 5 here. Bin holding 3 members of IG at bay, but he gets slammed to the wall. Gall has enough damage at this point. 3 irons deep. Rookie's going to flash forward. They're looking to find the miracle fight. Killer Instinct forward. Down goes the 80 carry. And there's the Shy with the big Gnar. The Petrified Gaze hits 4, but Knight cannot save this fight. A last breath issue coming from IG, and they're going to clean house until Knight stands tall to turn. No, it's not enough. IG are backing in. They may just push for the win here.
What was that, BLG? The Dragon was down. The conditions were bad. IG won out before, and BLG just threw the game.
Oh my God. BLG just threw all of it away in one fight. 30 minutes of domination coming, but all that matters is the last minute where IG finally conquer their demons in BLG.
I cannot believe the throw. Bro, just give the we spent the entire